Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Lunch and Learn. My name is Joy O'Toole. I work at the Central Rappahannock Regional Library, and today I'm joined by Paige Edwards, who will be discussing the ins and outs of using AI in writing. If you need closed captioning, you may turn it on by clicking the CC button on the bottom right of Facebook's video player. Paige is an award-winning and best-selling author of inspirational romantic suspense novels. Due to her deep British roots, Paige's books are often set in the UK, and she hops the pond whenever she gets the chance. She holds a degree in interior design and has worked professionally in that field. When she's not writing, she and the hubs are road tripping in a self-converted Sprinter van, checking off all the national parks. As a longtime interfaith community council member, Paige has a heart for service and a soft spot for connecting with readers. Please welcome Paige Edwards. Paige, thanks for coming today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm a hybrid author. For those of you that don't know me, I've got 8 books out with a trad publisher, and then they were bought out and they canceled the suspense line. So now I am with an independent publisher for the next 2 books, and then my September releases are with Balqueter Books. So that's a little bit about me. So I've done a little bit of everything and not a whole lot of anything. How's that? Today we're going to talk about AI, writing, and you. Hopefully there will be some information here that you'll find informative or just things to think about for the future. Next slide. So first, let's talk about the good stuff about AI. You can get a lot of it. A lot of the programs out there are free. Some are paid and some are budget friendly. So that's kind of up to you. And super fun things that you can use it for that are completely agreed upon by most people, that are completely ethical, are using AI for brainstorming your projects, for marketing copy, for social media content ideas. The caveat on that is if you're on TikTok, the haters out there really hate AI and will really attack you. So be careful about using AI on your social media content or knowing where to use it. Also, other things you can use it for is organizing your information, your research. Taglines and back cover blurbs are really helpful if you're stuck. And then there are some wonderful programs out there that are non-learning AI writing programs. A couple that I've used in the past are Pro Writing Aid and AutoCrit, because they are closed, so the AI does not learn or share anything of yours, but it does analyze your projects, which I have found have made a big difference with preliminary alpha and beta readers before I actually send them out to humans to beta read for me, because humans find other things that the machines don't. Word and Grammarly, we have used for decades, right? We've used them for forever, and they're part of our society, and people don't even think of them as AI programs, but they are. Also, another thing AI is really good at is detecting plot holes in your stories and helping you develop your characters, create character interviews for your characters. So there are a lot of really good things out there that we can use AI for, and that really help do some heavy lifting for us as authors. Next slide. Here are some green light things. These are safe author examples. Let's say you're stuck and you need a name for the bakery in your hometown, sweet hometown, small town story that you're writing. So you just give it a prompt. Give me 10 names for a bakery. And you may like them, or you could ask 25 names for a bakery. It's going to help you, or you may cobble a couple of the names together into your own. But it's a really great jumping off place. Also, you could say, suggest a small town festival, and it will come up with some ideas. Ask for 20, or help me create a marketing plan, but give it more information on what you're doing. So it's not, it's more specified to what you need. Or help me outline a class that I'm teaching on AI. How's that? These are generally very low risk items, that will not get you in trouble. Next slide. Yellow light stuff. Okay, this is we need to proceed with caution. First of all, research. AI can hook us up with places and content. I was talking to Joy O'Toole. Some of you know her very well. She found a little museum on a research project that she was doing, and Google didn't help her at all. So that's a great way to find content, historical details, little known facts, medical information, legal information, cultural representation. But the rule on AI, as with everything with AI, is trust, but verify, because AI hallucinates. And we'll talk more on that in a minute, but just AI is a machine and it only knows what's been fed into it. And not everything that's been fed into it is accurate. And then it also likes to make things up because it does that. Next slide. Okay, here's some red light stuff. And any of these things will get you in a big hot mess. I promise they will. Publishing AI-generated content without disclosure when required. An example of that is Amazon requires you to inform them if you have used AI or a portion of AI with your book covers. It's sort of like when you were in college, right? They would run stuff through to see if you had plagiarized any works in your reports that you turned in. Or they do that now. They can run your writing through AI detectors now. So it's the same thing. Just let everybody know if you've used it. Another thing, uploading confidential contracts, big no-no. Uploading unpublished manuscripts that you don't own, another really big no-no. Using copyrighted materials as prompts, or copywriting AI output directly without checking your facts. I've known people that thought they had something, posted it in one of their works, and found out later that this was a legal lawsuit that never took place. So be careful. AI generated reviews. People have been doing that on occasion. That's will definitely get you in trouble. And so will creating fake endorsements. So just don't. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Okay, copyright landmines. Don't ask AI, write a book for me exactly like Jane Austen. Or write chapter 7 of Harry Potter for me because I really, really like that in my story. I like how J.K. Rowling writes. Do's are learn from style characteristics. That's a really good one that can help you increase your talents by learning how to understand style characteristics or analyzing it. AI can do that very well. Create an original context. That's another one. These are some funny examples of, here's a bad example. Write me a Nicholas Sparks novel. A better example would be to give me emotional romance tropes that readers love. That's a really good one. And I would probably add to this that give me emotional romance tropes in the summer of 2027 that readers love. That way it specifies, I'd specify books that are coming out the summer of 2027. So you know what is the most up to date on things like that. You have to really get specific with AI so that you get the information that you need. Okay, next slide. The robot lied. We talked a little bit about hallucinations. AI makes things up. So be careful and always check your sources, check your quotes, check the studies that it likes to come up with, check famous lawsuits, check your historical facts and make sure that they are actually historical and actually happened, and check your book reviews. Make sure the robot has not lied. Okay, let's move on. Publishing industry concerns. Okay, we all know AI is kind of a hot topic with a lot of people, and there's a lot of blood in the water for those that use it. So using it wisely is probably the best bet. For me, for you, it may be something else, but for me, I know that I will get in trouble if I use it for anything other than research purposes or marketing or whatever. Some topics that are concerns in the industry are, we need to make sure that we're transparent because readers trust us as authors. So we need to make sure that we have our disclosure requirements. I know in the last probably half decade, last 5 years, with my suspense novels, I've had to make sure, like, I put trigger warnings, like I had a stalker in one of my stories. Even though my books are not graphic in any way, shape, or form, I make sure that people know what is coming and if they can handle it. Like, I wrote a book about a woman who had a really bad accident and broke her pelvis, and it was so severely fractured that she could no longer have children. Well, one of my readers was going through a traumatic time, finding out that she could no longer bear children because of something similar. And so she wrote to me and said, it would have been nice had there been a trigger warning. So make sure that we're transparent with our readers and just really consider what people might be going through. Also, publishers have policies. Amazon has policies. YouTube has policies for uploading our content. All of them do. Make sure that we are following those policies. Our key point is readers will forgive our mistakes, but they will not forgive our deception. So make sure we're transparent. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Thanks. The ethics test. Before asking AI, ask, would I be comfortable telling readers I used AI for this? That's an easy one. And if not, maybe we want to reconsider. Because like I said, the climate right now for using AI in the writing world is really not very warm. It's a very hot topic. Okay, next. AI and creativity. AI cannot live your experiences. It cannot feel grief. It cannot fall in love. It cannot raise children. And this one's dear to my heart. It cannot travel to Scotland. It cannot eat regrettable caviar. There is a big story about this. 2 weeks ago, my husband and I spend a month every year in Scotland. I'm half Scottish. My husband's part. So we go. We do a lot of fun family things over there. We had high tea, or we had afternoon tea, as they call it in Scotland, and in this really fancy place. And they brought out, the savory levels, and then they brought out the sweets. Well, this one here in this slide is the top one that the arrow's pointing at, that I've said nasty. This was white chocolate with a coconut mousse type filling with an edible flower on top and these beautiful little clear beads on top that I thought, because this was the sweet, tower, that I thought they were like stuff that you'd put on a cake. Well, I popped that puppy in my mouth, and that was caviar. It was so awful. I almost spewed it. In a fancy place like that, you can't do that. So I was drinking my tea very fast to wash that down. I hate fish eggs. Sorry for those that like it. Did not expect that on top of my sweet coconut mousse. So AI cannot taste caviar. Whether it likes it or not, it has no idea. But you can feel all these things. And that's why readers read our stories, is because we have experienced all these emotions. We are not robots. Next. Okay, these are 2 cautionary tales. Hopefully I can get through these pretty quick. One of my good friends, Victorine Lesky, is the creator of the Writing Gals. And for those of you that know her, it's a wonderful Facebook group that gives out all kinds of wonderful information. She's also a USA Today bestselling author and a New York Times bestselling author. Her first book had a 6-week run on the New York Times bestseller list. She is a fabulous, honest human. Okay, this woman is just kind, is her middle name. Well, she lost her YouTube monetization. Why? Because one of the haters out there, we have hater trolls, guys, when you're an author and you start having some success, despite sending in a video to contradict this hater that had written in and said that her audiobooks were created by AI voices, even though she had contracts with all her voice actors to do her books. She lost her monetization on YouTube because of this person. And even though she went through every hoop to get that rectified and had all her proofs and even sent in a video that had a click on the bottom to show whether YouTube was actually watching her video, which they didn't, they sent back and said, no, you used AI voices. You can no longer be monetized with us. So this is, watch out for the haters. Sometimes there is no recourse, even if you're completely honest. So that's just a sad thing. Another thing happened just last week. George Gutierrez, he's a very famous guy in the animation world. He was picked up by Amazon's Gen I program. He's done many things like the Book of Life, the El Tigre, Maya and the Three, I think. Anyway, he announced that he is not going to assist with the AI-assisted series Punky Duck, which Amazon MGM Studios had hired him to do. Why? Because it was partially AI and the animation community erupted and sent death threats to him and his family members. So he pulled out of the project. So even, let's go on to the next slide real quick. Thanks. The Punky Duck incident shows how quickly community sentiment can kill a project, even with a major studio and an established creator behind it. So you can have all the proofs, you can have all the backing, but still, it's not a time, and we don't really know how AI is going to go in the future with us in writing. But authors who experiment with AI for covers, marketing assets, or drafting tools now see the personal and professional cost of perceived inconsistency, as in with Mr. Gutierrez. I have my sources are here. You can link on that and see, what I'm talking about and go into that in more detail. We don't have time today to do that, but I don't want any of you to ever suffer through anything. It would be terrible. So let's just try until things change or whatever evolves with AI. This is what's going on right now. So we need to be just aware of this. Okay, next slide. Okay, the Pope. Last June 2nd, so this was a week ago today, on the Christian Publishing Show, Thomas Umstead Jr., he is a Christian podcaster. He went through all of the Magnifica Humanitas on AI that the Pope just published. And he's the first person that really in the believing world of Jesus Christ has published something. And those of you that know who Pope Leo is, you know that he is American. He's also a mathematician and he believes in processes. So this is really a really great theological breakdown that Thomas Umstead has seen on AI. So just go give it a listen and see what you think. And even though the Pope is saying that he's okay with a lot of different AI things right now, the public isn't. So maybe in the future it will be, we don't know, but just I'm putting all the information out there and you get to decide. Okay, next slide. All right, so for right now in June of 2026, this is your author survival guide. These are things that are safe to use AI for: brainstorming, organization, marketing, productivity. Use your brain for the following: facts, ethics, judgment, storytelling, and final decisions. And let's go on to the next slide. Okay, your takeaway on this is the golden rule. Use AI as an assistant, not a replacement, or be the author and let the robot carry the bags. So thank you for letting me be here. I hope this has given you a lot of food for thought. I know all of us know personal experiences with authors with AI. Let me know what you think.
Thank you so much, Paige. That was a really helpful presentation. and hopefully will help our writers that are watching this have an idea on how to approach AI right now and in the future. So we really appreciate you doing that for us. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section, and we'll try to answer what we can. And have a great day, everyone.
Take care.